Making
Now
sure
you
the
require
arm's free.
100. Game shot on the
And
first
that's a great
leg.
way to start the day there for
Malcolming.
Mal Cumming. A nice, clean...
Has a very solid game. He's not kind of what you would call a yo-yo player that's up and down like a fiddler's elbow. And on a group
Game
format
shot on
like
the
this,
second
that
leg.
could suit
Danny
you
Lauby.
in long term.
13.
Is he going to rue that? Oh, he's going to get a dart at it himself now. Double 18.
Game
and he
shot on the
takes it,
fifth
Lauby.
leg. Danny Lauby. He
Smart.
requires 64.
He's hit. Is there going to be any hope?
Game.
There is
shot.
no hope.
And the match.
That is a
Danny
perfect
Lauby.
performance on the doubles there for Danny Lauby. He only had 4 darts at the double. That's all he needed to wrap that one up. Mal Cumming, a mini chance in the middle part of the game, missing 1 dart at the double before Lauby takes out a 113 and wraps it up with a 92 average. A great way to start the day there for Danny Lauby. Coming up next, we've got Moreno Blom taking on Jordi Brouwer.
He requires 94.
Tops.
Game shot on the first
It's a good
leg.
start there
Yuri
from
Brewer.
Brewer. He's
Yuri
going to put
require
in
106.
a performance because it's what he's been doing in the development tours. And
Game
that is
shot
a
on the
nice
third
finish
leg.
again there from
Yuri
Brewer.
Brewer.
106. 3 darts at double 16. Looking right round that. He doesn't like the way the darts are blocking. And he finds the double
No
16.
score.
It's a bit too late because he's already hit the single. It's a bust score. And there is
Moreno,
the
you require
mistake and the
28.
opportunity for Moreno Blom to step in, just like Danny Lauby did in our last game, and break
Game
at the
shot on the
crucial
fifth
point
leg.
of the
Moreno
match.
Blom.
That breaker throw when you can walk straight back down the hockey, and you've got the darts there for the match.
Said, you know, the easiest thing to
75.
do is hit a double when somebody's missed.
Game shot.
Well, that's
and the
something
match.
that Brewer's
Moreno
not going to
Blom.
get the opportunity to do, because Blom puts in his best performance of the week so far, a much more steely, determined look on his face, and he wraps that one up 4-2. Positive signs for Brewer moving forward. His best performance of the week as well, but a couple of darts there really cost him that one at the double. Coming up next, we've got a bit of a top of the table clash. Lee Cox and Wesley Harms. Is that like a match fitness? Good thinking there from Lee Cox.
47.
Didn't chase down the ball. Just opportunity there to leave the route he wanted to. Could have gone for the 18s to put himself in the 8s and 16 section.
95.
He's chose tops.
Lee require 40. Game shot on the
That's
fifth
why.
leg. Lee
We
Cox.
talk about good dominating legs with the throw. That is a 13 darter.
Which he's done.
Chance to win this match for Lee Cox on the finish. That won the last series.
140. Lee require 88.
Wesley's done all he can. He's hit big. Needs a treble. Finds the treble. That was nearly a
52.
fantastic recovery there
Wesley
for Lee
require
Cox, who rolls
81.
the eyes with disappointment. But it's 2 darts for Wesley Harms to take us all the way. Still on. Double 3.
Game shot on the sixth
It wasn't
leg.
a
Wesley
traditional
Harms.
double-double attempt.
Here, Mr. Cox, I'm still here.
It was also experience as well. He didn't hit the double 9 and have to think about what's next, or stand there, hands on the hips, bemoaning his luck. And what
180.
a 9 darts this has been from Wesley Harms. He hit that 60. Lee Cox left himself 88, and it looked like Lee Cox
55.
was going to go and wrap this thing up. But then a 180, a 140, and an 81 finish in the last 9 darts. Could he end it in 9 darts? It's on.
180.
It's still very much on, and this has all come from that superb end to leg 6. The confidence has come.
100.
Conor
Wesley
Heenahan
require
is the
141.
only man who has hit a 9 darter in this venue. Treble 19. That was the 81. The 81 that he just took out in the last
89.
shot. He was 7 into the 9 darter. A fist pump there from Lee Cox. but we've got to wait a little bit longer for that 9-dart leg. That's what we're finding important right now. But what's important to
95.
Wesley Harms
Wesley
is winning
requires
this match.
52.
So it's 12 for Tops Route. Harms goes for the match to win the game. He's done all the hard work. Can he now finish it off?
Game, shot,
Yes, he does,
and the match,
with a
Wesley
12-dart
Harms.
leg. An impressive 4-3 win from Harms there, but impressive from both players. We've just seen why they were top of the tree overnight. It's a 93.12 for Lee Cox, but Wesley takes it with a 96.85. We will head into the break, and we will join you on the other side. The second dart went in the double top. I thought when I let go of it, I missed it by a mile. Absolutely missed it by a country mile. And it went straight in like an arrow. I've never thrown a dart like it before. I've never thrown one like it since.
139. Maui require 86.
He didn't know the situation back in the World Championship qualifier, but he knows it here. He needs the ball to level it up.
55.
Or Blom,
Moreno requires
whose
68.
strength at the moment is the finishing.
Game shot on the
And
fourth leg.
continues to be
Moreno
the
Blom.
finishing. That is a breaker throw from Moreno, and he gets to do that walk that you can just see he enjoys doing, breaking
Fifth
the
leg
throw,
is
then
Moreno
walking
to
straight
throw
down the
first.
hockey with his
Come on.
chest out and his shoulders back. Moreno Blom,
Moreno
who's
require
already missed
24.
4 match darts, gets 3 more.
Game.
He's been
shot,
successful on
and the
double
match,
12,
Moreno
and he
Blom.
is once again. It's a 4 legs to 3 win for Moreno Blom. He really has started T2 very well. Mid-80s on the average for both players. An entertaining game, but Blom nearly gave that one away with those 4 missed match darts in leg 6. But he gets over the line, and we head to a break. That's 84 for Lauby to save himself. 14, make sure it's double 11.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
And that
Danny Lauby.
is an extremely good finish
He require
yesterday
116.
with his averages and everything. That's Lee. He's the easiest guy to play today.
Game shot on the first leg. Yuri Brewer. He require 128.
Massive, massive improvement. Could hit him straight back with a Tumblr's checkout of his
Game
own.
shot on the second
What
leg.
is going on
Lee
today?
Cox.
This is quality darts from everybody in this group. But an exhibition of finishing here. The 116 from Brewer,
Third
the
leg is Yuri
128
to throw
from Lee
first.
Cox.
Game on.
Just battered that treble to try and get him close.
A question who's going to hold it together.
140.
far they both have.
Yuri
But by
require
having the
35.
advantage of throw, Brewer will get the first opportunity to get this match wrapped up. And
19.
2 more darts have
Lee
gone.
require 38.
He has had 4 darts to win this match. Lee Cox choosing to split. He'll get 2 of his own.
Game,
he only needs
shot,
the 1.
and
Lee
the match,
Cox
Lee
gets
Cox.
over the line. Yuri Brewer, though, much improved once again. He carved out opportunities. 4 match darts came and gone. Lee Cox gets over the line in the end with an 86.54 average. We'll have a little break, and then we're coming back with Wesley Harms and Moreno Blom. It's itself
Moreno
early for
require
Moreno to get that
120.
break and to be that real mover. He has to move across the
Game
hockey,
shot on the
and he
first leg.
finds the
Moreno
tops. A great
Blom.
dart there for Moreno Blom. He had to come right around those ones.
Scrappy. Big visit here,
58.
which doesn't
Wesley
come.
requires
You can
70.
see visibly on the young man's face. He is troubled. Harms for double 8 to reduce the deficit by 1 more,
Game shot on the fifth leg.
which
Wesley
he duly
Harms.
does. He is now back at 3-2. Start. Goes begging for Blom, and double 3 is not easy. We have seen Harms hit it already today, and he's over the top and inside.
No score.
So Blom
Moreno
will
require
come
20.
back with more match darts. He's in rushing like a...
Game,
He's got
shot,
it.
and
He's
the
only
match,
got it
Moreno Blom.
eventually. I think you can see the way that he's gesticulating at the dartboard like it's the board's fault. It wasn't me. It was the board kept moving or something. It's a 4 4-2 win for Moreno Blom. The averages, really nothing to write home about, but it was a scrappy old game, which Moreno Blom won't worry about that as he throws another 2 points onto his Group A tally. We head into a short break, and on the other side, we will have Mal coming against the other young man, Yuri Brauer.
Mal, you require
Polished match.
36.
The best performance of
Game,
his day,
shot,
and he
and
wraps
the
it
match.
up in
Mal
super
coming.
quick time. Just 7 minutes, 14 seconds for Mal Cumming to wrap up a 4-0 victory over Yuri Brewer. A 95.43 average was more than enough and keeps him well and truly in the mix here in Group A. Coming up next, we've got the two players in positions 1 and number 2, Lee Cox taking on Danny Lauby. He has got positive vibes from these sort of situations.
140.
Indeed, and with these short formats, these routes are not as far back as you think. You
100.
lose a leg, somebody then takes the confidence and grabs a leg, and all of a sudden, we're on Last Chance Saloon.
140.
Sometimes just feels like you're ticking off those lives and those opportunities when you've got a good, comfortable lead. We've seen some
100.
very famous incidents as well in big-time TV darts where players have lost those big leads. Think about
100.
the Mervyn King, James Wade at the Masters, and James Wade again with Scott Waits at the
55.
Grand Slam.
Lee, you require 121.
Simon Whitlock and Andy Hamilton at the World Match Play.
89.
I have to say, that's a tidy leg. A holding throw from Lee Cox here.
100.
32
Lee
after
require
12.
32.
Lauby's not done a great deal wrong, Lauby, but
Game, shot, and
it's
the
Lee
match.
Cox who
Lee Cox
brings the match home 4-1. That wasn't looking likely in the first couple of legs, but he'll be happy with that. He goes on to a dozen in the table. The averages 86 for Cox and 81 for Lorby. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with some more action after a break from our sponsors. He swapped shirts back at the 2015 World Cup, but he didn't want my England shirt. He wanted one of my own personal shirts. So, yeah, he went back to Australia with a pink shirt.
Game shot on the first leg. Wesley Harms.
Well, this is good from Wesley Harms to get himself straight back on the horse after not just falling off it, but getting fallen
Second
off
leg
it
is
and
Wesley to
getting
throw
trampled
first.
by the horse
Game
in
on.
that last game.
You require
6 legs
116.
to 3. We did see him in the WDF Dutch Open.
Game shot in
And
the
this
second
is the
leg.
sort of darts that he
Wesley
was throwing
Harms.
on that occasion, reaching through to the last 16. Lost to Wesley Plazier, the
Third
current
leg is
World
Mal to
Masters
throw
champion.
first.
You've been there and seen those 200 boards in a
121.
line. You understand why.
Game shot in the third leg. Mal coming.
Ball for the ball. Ball coming. He's well and truly in this game. A nice 1-2-1
Fourth leg is Wesley
finish.
to throw first. Wesley
Barneveld
require
or MVG
116.
are reaching these big finals, which drop well below $1 million when they don't have a representative.
But when you think also...
Game shot on the fourth
another
leg.
superb
Wesley
finish there from Harms. The
197.
series. I will be interested to hear that one.
Game shot in the third leg. Lee Cox.
Another clean finish there from Lee Cox.
Require
All part of
121.
his wonderful character and personality.
Game shot in
This
the
is a
second
group
leg. Lee Cox.
That loves a big finish. He's just checking the scoreboard, seeing the situation.
78.
He will
Lee require
return at
38.
38. There's that split.
Game.
There's
shot.
the hit.
And the match. Lee
Cox, a good clinical performance there. A little stutter towards the finishing line, but more than good enough to get over it there against Moreno Blom and stop this winning run on Moreno Blom, who tastes defeat for the first time, the 5th time I'm asking. Lee Cox, 93.24 the average, and he goes top of the table with 7 wins from his 9 matches. Coming up next, we've got Jordi Brouwer taking on Danny Lauby.
Require 82.
So it's 82 for Lauby, and that's a perfect bullseye.
Game shot in the
And that's
first leg.
perfect double
Danny
16.
Lauby.
For young Jordi Brouwer, will he get more?
20.
He's got 3 more. A chance
Yuri
for his
require
first points
32.
of the group.
Game shot and the
And
match.
it's safe to
Yuri
say
Brouwer.
it has been coming for Jordi Brouwer. He's been getting closer and closer with each one of his matches, and on this occasion he is able to get over the line and pick up his first 2 points of the group at the expense of Danny Lauby. Coming up next, we've got Lee Cox taking on Mal Cumming. Dominoes, I'd be doing something, and I can really relate to that sort of personality. Well, it might be taking a hit here. The
Game shot on the
148.
second leg.
Mal Cumming,
Mal
welcome
Cumming.
to the party. A long way off, big adjustment needed.
15.
Caught the flight. Misses the
Now you
opportunity
require 45.
to bank the points. This for a breaker throw and to put himself back in the match.
Game shot
He
in the
is.
5th leg. Mal Cumming.
Back in the game, the bull, 25, because that 62 could still become a 3-dart combination. That is now under serious pressure.
180. Lee
What a
require
time to hit the first
62.
max.
Oh, and that's a sweet double, treble 10. He's got to finish it off here, surely.
Game shot.
And he does.
And the match. Lee Cox.
What a game of darts that was, ladies and gentlemen. A real good game of darts. Nip and tuck. It's Lee Cox. Goes top of the group with a 4-3 win over Mal Cumming. Lee Cox will sleep safe tonight, knowing he cannot be caught. 4 from 7 on the doubles he won't be happy with, but he'll be happy sat on top of the shop with 16 points. We head into a short break, and on the other side, we will come back with Wesley Harms v Jordi Brouwer.
Wesley require 121.
No, massively agree with that. So Wesley, where's he going? 1-2-1, treble 20. 11. Oh no, he's gone the other route. It's double 18.
Game shot in the
And he
4th
takes
leg.
it.
Wesley Harms.
Let his hair down and really go for it. And I think he kind of has. Yesterday where he played sort of poorly sometimes throughout the game. Today there's just been poor
88.
moments, which is a vast improvement.
Yeah, very good assessment there. Gone from poor
95.
play to poor moments.
Wesley require 107.
Looking competitive. Just ran into one here with Wesley Harms. He wants double 16. For a
Game,
second
shot, and the
ton-plus
match,
checkout
Wesley
of that
Harms.
match. Wesley Harms, a solid performance all across the board today. He has given us that peak of a 103. He's backed that up with a 92.57 and a 4-1 victory to end his day, moving him into second place in the table overnight, just a couple of points away from Lee Cox at the top of the table. We've got one more game to come for you today, and that is Danny Lauby taking on Moreno Blom.
96. Danny requires 60. Game shot in the 5th leg. Danny Lauby.
Will just make you feel a lot more positive about the situation. A nice clean finish there.
Danny
Starts
require
already.
42.
He has 2 more.
Game
And
shot,
this time,
and the match.
Moreno Blom gets over the line and completes what has been a fine day of darts for Moreno Blom. A 17-darter to end that, but most importantly for Moreno Blom, that is 4 victories from his 5 matches today, and all around that sort of mid-80s average. A much improved performance from Moreno Blom today, who just squeezes things up on the table and gives himself an outside chance of chasing down the man at the top of the table, which overnight is going to be Lee Cox.
That was a bit quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I left about 3 legs ago to get up the stairs. They were absolutely flying.
If Moreno Blom raced into a 3-0 lead, he would have done it in 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and he would have been on course for the record. Of course, it didn't transpire that way, but he's had a real good day. We always talk about Tuesday being a moving day because someone will rise at the table, and he's done exactly that today.
Yeah, the confidence started the second to last game last night where he beat his young compatriot, and he started the day well then and then continued it for the rest of it. It's just momentum, wasn't it, really?
Well, let's have a look then at the table. We've reached the 2/3 stage of Group A. It's Lee Cox, who has a 2-point lead overnight from Wesley Harms. As for Lee Cox, well, he's kind of been the dominant force in this group, really.
He has, and he's done well today. You know, he's looked calm, he's looked collected. There have been times when he's had moments where he has been in big trouble, but he's managed to dart himself out of them.
As for Wesley Harms, 14 points, still a steady position to go into, knowing that if Lee has a couple of defeats maybe early on, he is well within striking distance.
He'll be happy to be in touch. He's had a couple of moments today where he hasn't been at his best and let himself down a little bit, but look, he's still on 14 points, more than in the mix.
Will Danny Lauby feel maybe towards the end of the day, opportunity could have passed him by a bit?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, the one I feel for is Malkine. He's run just shy of a 91 today. You know, he's upped his average by 10 points from yesterday. And only managed the one win. It seems like everybody opened up on him today. He'll be results-wise disappointed, but I think once he knows the stats-wise, he won't be so disappointed.
And the other thing as well is with Group A, you're going to have a second tilt at it no matter what. So if you don't win the group, you'll have B or C to play for. And obviously, he's still involved in the race for Group B qualification. So the way he's got to look at it is if he's not going to win the group, he's playing well enough to progress through whichever one he's in next.
Absolutely, it's like the prequel to the next, really, isn't it? He's got to be ready for it, and if he continues to play like he is, then you know he's going to be favourite whichever group he drops in with those averages.
And if tomorrow's anything like today, should be a little bit fun.
Look, I can't wait again. You know what I mean? Have I got to go home and go to sleep? Can't I just stay here?
We probably could have played another session and still been done by 5 o'clock, to be perfectly honest. That was how quick today was.
It was an amazing day, and it's been a really good darting day. So many ton-plus finishes again today. It's been impressive, and, hey, this is the Modus Super Series. We expect nothing less.
We expect excellence, and excellence we've had today. We're going to be back tomorrow from 9:30 on the Modus Super Series YouTube channel, as well as joining our friends over on Sporty Stuff TV. I hope you can join us for all the action too, as Group A will come to a culmination, and at the end of day 2, it's Lee Cox who's top of the table.